life trustee of this center, and this is Nageshwara, former judge, life trustee of the center. My brother and sister judges of Telangana High Court, and Mr. George Lim, Mr. Iamc Mr. Sengan, and Mr. Devgani is a senior advocate, other senior advocates, and distinguished panelists who joined this event from various parts of the world. See, Tariq Khan, Registrar of the Center, other distinguished guests, friends from media, ladies and gentlemen, namaskar. Vijay Iyengar, మీడియేటర్ నాగేశ్వరరావు గారి గురించి చెప్పేటప్పుడు తెలుగులో ఒక చక్కటి పద్యాన్ని లాంటిది కవితను చెప్పింది. ఒక అంతర్జాతీయ సమావేశంలో తెలుగు విన్నందుకు నేను చాలా సంతోషపడుతున్నాను, తెలుగు వాడి దగ్గర చూస్తున్నాను. థ్యాంక్ యూ వెరీ మచ్. ఐఎమ్ వెరీ మచ్ ఎమోషనల్ అండ్ at the same time honored to be here, to be a part of this first India Mediation Day being hosted by International Arbitration and Mediation Center, Hyderabad. And you all know that my association with this center, and I deeply appreciate the trustees, registrar, and other members who is organizing and who are the persons planned for this program and inviting me to participate in this program. As I stand before you with more than 22.5 years of judicial experience as a judge, I have no hesitation to say that the ability of resolving the dispute in a faster pace that will help and the growth of a society, a country, or a nation or a world. So, once I want to say about how this origin or the starting point of this center, without missing the exact things what happened, I want to narrate because I have written nowadays because of the I'm also becoming old, so I have to narrate exact conversation taken place between Justice Nageshwara and me. During one of the days, just taking out for the Chief Justice, Justice Nageshwara came to me for a cup of coffee. Just we are discussing several other issues apart from the progress of this arbitration center and legal aid centers in the country, in the Supreme Court. Because Nageshwara is one of the, he is the chairperson of the Committee of Artificial Intelligence, and Justice Bhavya thought to introduce artificial intelligence in Supreme Court. He was put in charge of that center. He has taken a lot of time to create an artificial intelligence center in Hyderabad, in Supreme Court. When we are discussing about that, he came actually to say to me, please relieve me from the center. It's waste of time because nobody is cooperating with the government, and so there is no meaning of continuing wasting my time. So in that context, I said that okay, then we discussed about the arbitration. Initially, I thought of actually, when this topic starting a small level arbitration center in Hyderabad, but Nageshwara made it to international level, and he is a man of big thinking. So that's how the proposal of Nageshwara was accepted, and we thought of working on that. And in fact, I had my own doubts whether we can make it a big way, but now after seeing this growth and development, I'm very happy and congratulating particularly Nageshwara and Honorable Justice Ravindran, who is a busy arbitrator and most respected arbitrator in the world, spending a lot of time coming all the way from Bangalore and attending the programs and making the rules and all that. I don't want to say much about my sister, God-given sister, Iamc, because I know how much strain and stress she suffered and how much scoldings from all of us. That day she is literally tears when signing the trust, this deed in her house. Iamc, I'm very happy, and now I think you also realize the whatever hard work and stress and strain is fruitful and coming this year. I thank all of the right trustees who are working hard and including the study staff. Initial days, it's difficult to face a lot of problems, but you are doing your best. I'm very happy for that. I want to start Joseph Greenbaum, who is one of the renowned international mediator, saying that an ounce of mediation is worth of a pound of arbitration and a ton of litigation. So the value of the mediation is becoming more important and everybody is recognizing in the world. And it is one of the most powerful tools to resolve the disputes and take forward to the growth. Fortunately, the world across now realizes the importance of the mediation and arbitration and other alternative methods of disputes in resolving the caseload in the traditional court system. The tilt towards the arbitration is one of the welcoming feature, and it is now to expand the attention to mediation and other hybrid systems. The litigants opts mediation as the first step in conflict resolution. Many of the cases languishing in the courts would have been resolved much earlier. And all these days, the power of mediation is understated. It has deep roots in our culture and the society. And I often quote from the epic Mahabharata as an example how the early attempts of Lord Krishna in mediating and resolving the dispute between Pandavas and Kauravas was failed, and ultimately it is this failure caused disastrous consequences and Mahabharata war has taken place. So the traditional times onwards, this concept of mediation is there in our culture and history. In the increasing complex relationships and conflicts today, there is a need to develop more systematic modern forums, rules and techniques. India, after 1991 liberalization of the country, now we are operating in a global market, and there are a lot of increasing cross-border commercial transactions. With every new relationship comes a potential conflict, and we must accept the need for legal remedies that cater to all these conflicts and disputes. Enforceability is the major concern of a mediation. We have to focus on that. Different methods are being devised to tackle this issue. For instance, mediation, arbitration, mediation, arbitration, and similar hybrid modes which we have to see. In 2019, the Singapore Convention on Mediation, Understanding or Resolution Settlement Agreement, where India is one of the signatories, has made a momentum in the mediation and arbitration in this country also. On 7th August 2019, India signed as a party to the agreement, and to promote global efforts to create a mediation environment to resolve the cross-border commercial disputes. Now, the government is contemplating to introduce the mediation bill of 2021. The bill has definitely moved the spotlight onto the potential and scope of mediation. The bill aims to encourage the use of the mediation as a faster, more cost-effective means of resolving disputes. Now, I was told that the matter was under scrutiny by the Parliamentary Standing Committee, and the Parliamentary Standing Committee has examined the bill and made several valid recommendations. I hope the Parliament in next session will make it a law, so it is easy to, in a systematic way, to establish mediation movement in this country. Some of the suggestions made by the Parliamentary Committee is very worthwhile, particularly about the limit of the dispute should not be there, because they introduced in the bill less than 3 lakhs of rupees, there is no mediation and there is no time limit, etc., etc. Now they are all, I think they are going to take care of those issues. I told earlier that the primary challenge is the credibility is the most important for mediation, because the process of mediation must be, we have to create the confidence and the credibility. We must take the steps. The process of mediation must be speedy, and the end result must be fruitful and it takes to the party without any further delay. We now need to focus on domain expertise, and positive experiences in the mediation will gain attention for being worthwhile and delivering lasting solutions. Now, the crucial role of a mediator is often understated. Mediators need to develop emotional intelligence, being pursued by practical consideration, have the ability to communicate effectively, strategize at every stage, conduct oneself even handily, be spontaneous, possess the ability to build trust, assess the undercurrents of the strained relationship and foster cooperation. These are the qualities which a mediator has to be. These are the far easier said than done and require conditioning and training. The complexity of issues is increasing, and the skills expected in the mediators are getting more nuanced. Perhaps the biggest challenge that we face today in creating a shift in the mindset of the public. The strong impression of the people that whenever there is a dispute, they have to resort to traditional litigation, pay a huge amount of fees, and wait for years together for resolutions need to be changed. In a world where time is valuable, speedy settlement of disputes is need of the hour. Mediation is the only solution to this. The apprehension of the people that the settlement arrived through mediation is not valid needs to be addressed. Bringing in the shift in perception is possible only when the government, judiciary, and more particularly advocate come together. Legal practitioners must make an effort to educate parties on alternative methods of resolution and suggest mediation as an effective tool to resolve disputes. This campaign has to be taken forward on a large scale. The mediation or settlement system which existed earlier, particularly in the trade and business community, has to be restored and encouraged. Quality training program in judicial academies and bar associations has to be conducted to give proper training and teach the skills and techniques of mediation. I am certain that the training conducted by the Singapore International Mediation Center experts and the discussions today will bring a lot of skill-based learning and perspective for all the members participating. Opportunities like this equip the participant to assess, critique and build the path to move forward. I am happy to know that the participants in the event today are going to draw benefit from the rich experience and vast knowledge from esteemed panelists. We are privileged to have Mr. George Lim, Honorable Chairperson of Iamc, with us today. It is a legendary act of concluding a dispute worth $1 billion in just 4 days is part of mediation program. A pioneer in the world of mediation, Mr. Lim is synonymous with cross-border dispute resolution. Thank you, Mr. Lim, for coming all the way. There will not be any renowned mediation center which has not benefited from this guidance in formative stage. We also have with us Mr. V. Meng Cho, CEO of Iamc. His experience of running the prestigious Singapore International Mediation Center and conducting mediation training will help us learn a lot. I welcome all the esteemed panelists and guests to this beautiful city of Hyderabad and thank them for agreeing to join us in this event. The field of mediation will definitely benefit from such regular and dynamic training and sharing of knowledge. It leads to evolving new techniques and producing more research which forges new developments. During the inception of this institution, I was particular that its supporters and promoters mediation and not just arbitration, and later on now we have taken a lot of importance to mediation also. I am happy that the name of the institution proportions the importance equally to arbitration and mediation. From the bench, I always advise the litigants to opt to mediation. And this center in Hyderabad, with state-of-the-art facilities, has set high benchmark for infrastructure development. As some of you might be aware, these all begin with the thought of setting up a small facility of arbitration, which I narrated earlier. I am happy and I extend my sincere thanks to the Honorable Chief Minister, Mr. K. Chandrasekhar Rao, who contacted his own after knowing that we are thinking on this and helping us a lot. At the same time, I am also thankful the bureaucracy and the Minister, Mr. K.T. Ramarao also, wherever he goes, he introduces this center across the world. And it is because of the proactive approach of the government, the center becoming a reality within a period of 6 months' time, which is a record itself. And the way the government is extending their help, allotting land and money to make a permanent building, it's a good sign, and I once again thanking this team. I must also say thanks to Chief Justice Singapore, Mr. Justice Sundaresh Menon, who promised that he will extend all his support to encourage and support this mediation center. It is the encouragement of all of you, particularly my brother and sister judges of the Telangana High Court, and NCLT members, who is trying to send some matters of mediation and arbitrations to this center. I am very happy and I request them to encourage and support this mediation center. You are all aware that after starting this mediation center within this short span, the Honorable Prime Minister also inspired and he has taken a clue and immediately started another world-class mediation center in Gujarat, where the government of India also giving some funds. So it's a good country, across the country, people wants the mediation is a method of resolving disputes. And so I congratulate all of you giving the opportunity, and I strongly urge all the participants to give wide publicity or propaganda to this center and encourage. I request my media friends also to broadcast and give wide publicity to the programs of this center. So the common man also knows that there is a center. They can come without spending much money, can resolve their disputes. Before closing my talk, I want to quote Professor Justicia Asifa. I quote, mediation and reconciliation work is about a profound quest for justice and social transformation. But at the same time, they are about service, solidarity, about exploring and rediscovering the human spirit that has been lost or shattered through human conflict, cruelty, ignorance, and greed. Thank you once again, all of you, for giving this opportunity. And before closing, I want to share my memory. Long back in 1996, I attended a 1 week training on mediation and conflict.